coming up next on the Culture Soup podcast. Things have changed, but things kind of haven't changed. What's your perspective as the 6th great grandson of Thomas Jefferson and his enslaved, person, Sally Hemings? You have a platform around unity and diversity and inclusion. What do you think about everything that's going on right now?
Well, one of the things that makes this fight different is that we have more allies, that we are joining forces together because people are starting to realize the truth that this is not a black issue. This is not something the black community needs to solve. This is a global pandemic. You might as well say we got 2 pandemics.
Yeah, we do.
This is a global issue, and it's going to take all of us to end the racism, discrimination, the inequalities that we're facing in this world, because it's not just up to the black community. The black community didn't create it. The black community can't be and shouldn't be the only ones that have to stop it.
Yeah.
And it's really going to take all of us to continue fighting, and for all of us to have some empathy, some understanding, some patience, some time to really digest and educate ourselves. A lot of the stupid stuff that happens in the world is because people are not educated enough on different cultures, on different people, on different communities, and how to handle those situations. So I think if we can educate ourselves and have a little understanding in our heart, then we could probably go a lot further, and we can try to come to a more equal ground one day.
Yeah. Well, and you bring up a really good point. We have to educate ourselves, because even though you and I, we were born in this century, and it may seem like so much is so far removed from us, going all the way back to Thomas Jefferson and Sally Hemings, it would be very easy for someone to say, what's that have to do with me? But as black people, we see the connection all the way back to the plantation. There may be some other folks that don't. And perhaps educating yourself might help to understand that we still live with some of the demons from back then right now. What do you say?
Yeah, I think it's a systemic problem that has crept up, and it's affecting us in more ways than one. When you think about the separation of the black family, that's started back in slavery. When you think about people trying to divide the black community and put us against each other, started back in slavery. I mean, there's so many things that can resort back to that there's still struggles that we're dealing with today. And even with the way we're perceived in some communities where we have to keep them in their place. So how dare they think that they can advance or have more power than me or more authority or anything like that. There's this the privilege that we talk about a lot, the white privilege that I know has been one of those buzzwords lately. Well, that started then as well. So there are a lot of things that are being carried over from that period or that era that are still plaguing us today. And it's going to really take a mindset change to be able to come to grips and change that. And it may not be our generation. It may have to be our kids or grandkids' generation. So unfortunately, it has to unfold, because we have to really change people's thinking. And
yes.
People have been living a certain way for 50, 60 years or whatever it may be. It's going to be hard for them to turn that click off and really switch their...
The Culture Soup Podcast is a production of No Offense Communication, LLC.